Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It's 7 minutes past 5 AM in the morning, Sunday morning, the 28th of June 2026, and I'm just off out for another adventure. I'm going back to Kielder Forest along the Bloody Bush Road to walk along the LEWISBURN and let Bear go in for a plunge and a swim in the river to cool them off when we get there, because it'll be hot by the time we get there. But it's early hours in the morning now, hardly any traffic, so I should get through there pretty reasonably fast. I'm just going to be parking up where I go along to see High Long House again, because I haven't had Bear for a month or so. He's very excited obviously to see us when I went to pick him up yesterday, and I've arranged with my daughter for to have, like, say, once a fortnight, so one weekend I can go where I want without Bear, so I can go to places where there's sheep, cattle, people, other dog owners, this and other, so I'm not restricted. But because I haven't had him for a month, I'm giving him his freedom, and we're going out now to let him off the lead and run along the Forestry Commission tracks in Kielder Forest. So I've just pulled up at the Cleveland Park Care Community Centre on Prince Edward Road, and then I'm going straight over slightly to the left there on the A1300, which is the John Reed Road. I'm now on Prince Edward Road, so it's all the names are royal. Right, so without further ado, I'll get on with my journey. I'll go straight over onto the John Reed Road, go over the 3 sections of the John Reed Road and turn left at the bottom onto Newcastle Road, then onto the A194 heading out to South Shields. And I'm going to stop off at Budgeon's garage as usual, and I'm going to just top up my tank right at the top before setting off to Kielder Forest. Where I go to park, it's about 76 miles, 67, 76 miles, somewhere along there. Right, so that's what I'll be doing anyway. So let's get on with my journey. So bye for now. It's 6:32 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 28th of June 2026. Sorry, 27th I think it is. No, 27 or 28? No, I think it's the 28th Sunday. I've just stopped off for a quick toilet break for let the dog out the back of the car, and we're on our way over towards the crossroads with the A68, crossing straight over past all these wind turbines to go through Bellingham and then on towards Kielder Forest. So I've come the same way as usual. I've came onto the A1 past the Metro Centre, turned left onto the A696 to come along past Newcastle Airport. Then I've come along past Belsay on my way here. Then I've come along continue on the A696 until I've seen the signpost for Nosegate, and then I turn left at the crossroads. Then I come along towards this single track lane that comes along past Sweet Lough Fishing Lake, and I've come right to the 3/4 of the way along, and then there's this big lay-by that I pull over, usually let the dog go to the toilet, which he's done. I needed one as well, so basically we're going to continue along this single tarmac road now, up and over about another mile, and like I say, I come across the A68, and that's where we're going to go straight over, and then follow the road round through Bellingham, then turn left through Bellingham, and then start heading across in towards Kielder Forest. Then eventually I'll be turning left onto the Bloody Bush Road. Just as I pass Matthew Lynn's car park, you turn left, and that's where I'm going to start heading towards where I need to be to park up and let him out for a run off his leader on the Forestry Commission tracks. That's why I drive as far as I do, for to let him out, because I haven't had him out for a month. I'm just looking forward to letting him out and have a good run. I've jumped with the car, it's quite breezy, so I'm feeling a bit cold. But yeah, I've done exactly 40 miles to get to Sweet Lough access road into the fishing lake. It must have been a public footpath at one time, but it's closed down now. It's gated shut and padlocked shut, so. Right, so I'm going to go up and over past all these turbines that are not worth a toss, because they're as much use as a chocolate fire guard or a glass hammer. I don't know where it is, but Sunday mornings you always get police out I was coming along towards the airport and I had an ambulance blue light scan following behind us, so I thought, Christ almighty, I'm getting followed. So how I got here, like I say, I came along, well, I couldn't get over the A184 at the beginning of my journey because there's demolition work going on the flyover at Gateshead, so all the roundabout where I normally go round and get onto Bench and Bank was all closed off. So I had to try and find alternative ways to get back down onto the A1 to bypass it and then continue up along towards the Metro Centre, which I've got. So it's been a bit of an adventure getting here this morning, bruv. I've done most of it now, so I'll be heading over towards the crossroads now with the A68. So I'll jump in the car and continue with my journey. So I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, I've done 45.3 miles so far from South Shields, and I've come over the A68 after passing the Sweet Hope off Fishing Lake, and now I'm going to be going down round this corner, down round on S Bend, and go over the Reed's Mouth Bridge and then continue along into Bellingham. I'll be driving through Bellingham and then just heading straight across in towards Kielder Forest. So this is my next stop off, so I just thought I'd put this on video as well. So bye for now. Okay, I've done 46.9 miles so far from South Shields, and I'm just pulling up. I've just drove past the 30 miles an hour signs for getting into the village of Bellingham. So I've just pulled over here so I can get that sign on video. So you drive along past the school here on the left, you drive right at the far end of this road and you come to a T-junction where you turn left and drop down past a little petrol station. Then you come to the T-junction, turn left and you drive through Bellingham, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just keeping a log of how many miles it is to each waypoint, if you like. I like to put the mileage on when you come across certain things, so when you're driving back home you know roughly how many miles you've got to go before you get back to your front door. So that's why I like to do the way markers all the way along on my journeys. Right, so without further ado, I'll get on with my journey, go through Bellingham and then start heading through towards Kielder Forest and the Bloody Bush Road. So bye for now. Okay, back there I passed the sign for Lane Head, which was 50.6 miles I've done, and now I've reached the next way marker. I've done 55.5 miles. It's 7:11 AM in the morning. I'm just coming into Kielder Forest now, and I'm passing the pub called the Pheasant Inn. Like I say, I've done 55.5 miles from South Shields where I live. I mean, give or take, you know, half a mile, because obviously the diversion I took this morning to get past Gateshead flyover. Right, so I've got about another 3 miles to drive, and then I'll be looking for Matthew Lynn's car park on the right hand side, and as soon as I see that I'll be turning left onto Bloody Bush Road. So I'll stop there and put that on video as well to show you where I turn and start my journey to go towards where I parked up for to let him out the car. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 7:21 AM in the morning. I've just turned off onto Bloody Bush Road off the main road behind us. There's cyclists going along the road now, so there's all road closure signs all over the shop and field marshals telling you to slow down, blah blah blah. So I've just passed hundreds of blue cyclists, and now I'm just going to be driving right along the end of Bloody Bush Road, past the Forks cottages, and then over the concrete bridge, and then take a first left, and that's where I'll be going, heading over towards where I'll be parking up to let the dog out. So how many miles have I done so far? Is that 62.6 miles from South Shields. Right, without further ado, I'll continue with my journey. And there's road signs and no entry, so I hope they haven't closed this road off again for forestry work, but I'll find out when I get further around the corner. So I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, I've just pulled up off the main road onto Bloody Bush Road here, and I'm at the half circular LEWISBURN bridge, suspension bridge, because it's suspended by those strong metal wires, and it's obviously part of the cycle path as well, where cyclists go around and follow the pathways along through Kielder Forest. But I've just come over off the main road there, round this bend, dropped down, and it says you know, no entry, blah blah blah, and I thought there was going to be road works going on again, Forestry Commission. But there's your big wooden post with LEWISBURN Bridge written on it. And there's your kilometres and distances where you go along the road further on. But I'm just going to be going right along Bloody Bush Road here now to the corner where there's cottages called the, oh I forget this bloody name now, I've just said it earlier on. Oh, the Forks, F-O-R-K-S, the Forks cottages. I'm going to pass them over the little concrete bridge, bend round the right slightly and then take the first left, and that's where I start going over towards where I'll be going to let him out the car off his leader so he can run without restriction. That's the whole reason why I drive all the way out here, to let him off so he gets his energy burnt off running about off his leader. No sheep, no cattle, no horses, no people, no other dog walkers, just very isolated, so that's why I drive over to here to let him have his freedom. Right, so without further ado, I'll get on with my journey, so bye for now. Okay, it's 7:33 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 28th of June 2026. Hi, quiet! So I've reached the Forks cottages I was telling you about, coming along Bloody Bush Road here, and now I've got to cross over this little concrete bridge, 75 yards on there. As soon as I cross that bridge, the road bends round to the right naturally, and then I'm going to be taking the first left and going up the stone track and just follow it all the way around to the far side, where I'll be looking for High Long House Farm Cottage, and that's where I turn right and park the car further up the road, and I'll set up my time lapse in my windscreen as usual. And right on cue, starting to rain because I've pulled over. It's a few droplets earlier on there, just as I turned off the main road, but it looks like I'm going to have to wear like a coat for walking along when I let him out, going towards where we go. Right, but that's the Forks cottages, like I say. There's normally a wooden plaque on the gate post there, but it's gone now. But I'll be driving just, like I say, 75 yards over that concrete bridge straight ahead, and then taking the first left. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, I've reached my location, but I've drove up the track just a little bit further than I normally do. Hi, quiet! I normally park at the bottom of the bank there, facing down towards the cottage, and then set my time lapse up so you can see the clouds going over the top. But I've just drove up a little bit further up the track and parked up in a passing place here. So it's still splashing with rain, so I'm gonna have to wear a jacket before I put my cap on and start recording the journey. But I'm going to go and set my time-lapse camera up first now. It'll not turn out very good because the splashes of rain keep coming on the windscreen, but never mind. I'll have to park up now because he's getting agitated and whinging because he wants to get out. But I've done 66.4 miles from South Shields to get to here, so I know how far I've got to go back to get home. But it's just very fine droplets of the wet stuff, so like I say, I'm going to have to put a jacket on now to walk up behind the car about a mile and a half to go to where the steel bridge goes across LEWISBURN, and then I'll let him go in for a plodge and a swim to get all that loose hairs off his back and get rid of that awful dog smell that they get. Right, so without further ado, I'll set up my time lapse in my windscreen as usual and get my cap on and start recording the journey behind us, walking up the track, and let him off his leader to run. Right, so bye for now.